Hello and welcome to Reason News. President Donald Trump has announced a sweeping new travel ban barring entry to the United States for citizens of 12 countries and imposing partial restrictions on travelers from 7 others. The proclamation, signed on Wednesday evening, marks one of the most significant expansions of U.S. immigration restrictions in recent years and is set to take effect at 12:01 a.m. on Monday. President Trump's proclamation prohibits entry to the United States for citizens of the following 12 countries: Afghanistan, Myanmar, Chad, Republic of the Congo, Equatorial Guinea, Eritrea, Haiti, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen. In addition, 7 countries face partial restrictions, which are Burundi, Cuba, Laos, Sierra Leone, Togo, Turkmenistan, and Venezuela. For these nations, the entry of certain visa holders, such as students, business travelers, and temporary workers, will be limited, while other categories may still be permitted. White House spokesperson Abigail Jackson explained that the new travel ban is designed to protect Americans from what the administration describes as perilous foreign entities. She said these reasonable limitations are tailored to specific countries that do not provide adequate vetting, demonstrate elevated rates of visa overstays, or do not cooperate in sharing identity and threat information. President Trump, in his proclamation, stated that he must act to safeguard the national security and interests of the United States and its citizens. He went on by saying the administration cited recent security incidents and intelligence reports as the impetus for the new restrictions. The travel ban will apply to foreign nationals from the listed countries who are outside the United States as of June 9th and do not possess a valid visa on that date. Notably, the ban does not retroactively revoke visas already issued, nor does it apply to lawful permanent residents, immediate family members of U.S. citizens, diplomats, or athletes traveling for major sporting events. Here's a video from Fox News.
The terror attack in Boulder, Colorado has underscored the extreme dangers posed to our country by the entry of foreign nationals who are not properly vetted, as well as those who come here as temporary visitors and overstay their visas. We don't want them. In the 21st century, we've seen one terror attack after another carried out by foreign visa overstayers from dangerous places all over the world. And thanks to Biden's open door policies, today there are millions and millions of these illegals who should not be in our country. In my first term, my powerful travel restrictions were one of our most successful policies, and they were a key part of preventing major foreign terror attacks on American soil. We will not let what happened in Europe happen to America. That's why on my first day back in office, I directed the Secretary of State to perform a security review of high-risk regions and make recommendations for where restrictions should be imposed. Among the national security threats their analysis considered are the large-scale presence of terrorists, failure to cooperate on visa security, inability to verify travelers' identities, inadequate record-keeping of criminal histories, and persistently high rates of illegal visa overstays, and other things. Very simply, we cannot have open migration from any country where we cannot safely and reliably vet and screen those who seek to enter the United States. That is why today I am signing a new executive order placing travel restrictions on countries including Yemen, Somalia, Haiti, Libya, and numerous others. The strength of the restrictions we're applying depends on the severity of the threat posed. The list is subject to revision based on whether material improvements are made, and likewise, new countries can be added as threats emerge around the world. But we will not allow people to enter our country who wish to do us harm, and nothing will stop us from keeping America safe. Thank you very much.
Special exceptions are also made for certain humanitarian cases, including adoption, religious minorities facing persecution, and individuals who aided U.S. military operations in Afghanistan and Iran. This is not the first time President Trump has enacted such sweeping travel restrictions. In his first term, a similar ban targeted 7 predominantly Muslim countries, sparking widespread protests and legal challenges. That policy was revised several times and ultimately upheld by the Supreme Court in 2018. President Biden rescinded the previous bans in 2021, calling them a stain on our national conscience. The new ban, however, is broader in scope and affects a more diverse set of countries, including several in Africa, the Middle East, and the Caribbean. Reaction to the new travel ban has been swift and polarized. Supporters, including many Republican lawmakers, argue that the move is necessary to protect national security and prevent terrorism. Critics, including Democratic leaders and civil rights organizations, say the ban unfairly targets entire populations and echoes the controversial Muslim ban of Trump's first term. At airports and embassies around the world, confusion and concern are growing among travelers, students, and families with ties to the affected countries. Governments in the targeted countries have condemned the ban, with some calling it discriminatory and a setback for international cooperation. The United Nations and European Union have urged the US to reconsider, warning of humanitarian consequences and potential retaliation against American travelers abroad. For many, the ban means cancelled plans, missed family reunions, and uncertainty, about the future. Students accepted to the U.S. universities, business professionals, and those seeking medical care or asylum now face new obstacles and, in some cases, indefinite separation from loved ones. Legal experts anticipate a new round of court challenges. Civil rights groups, including the ACLU, have already signaled their intent to file lawsuits arguing that the ban violates constitutional protections and international law. The court's response could determine whether the restrictions are temporary or become a lasting fixture of U.S. immigration policy. The new ban signals a return to Trump's hardline approach on immigration and border security. Analysts say it could have far-reaching effects on America's global standing, foreign relations, and the ability of U.S. universities and businesses to attract international talent. The ban is set to go into effect at 12:01 a.m. on Monday. U.S. embassies and consulates are preparing for a surge in inquiries and appeals. The administration has promised to review the list of affected countries every 6 months, leaving open the possibility of further changes. Until next time, stay informed, stay updated, and stay curious.